The Cat by Sophia. Socks looked around. There was no place to go except deeper into the forest. Socks looked back once more at the dirt road, hoping to see her people's car come back and get her. She shuddered as her unborn kids tumbled inside her stomach. Socks had to find a place to rest and have her kids. Socks wandered and wandered farther from the dirt road where she hoped that her people would return someday and take her and her kids back home. Finally, after hours and hours of walking, Socks found the perfect spot, a tree with a hole at the bottom, and it was covered with bushes. Socks went through the bushes into the hole, which she and her kids would call home. Socks lay down on the old leaves that were in the hole and fell fast asleep. A loud howling woke Socks up. Socks got up and went to see what the noise was. When Socks saw that it was a dog, she turned and ran, but the dog saw her and yelled for her to stop running. Socks stopped, looked at the dog, and hissed at him to go away, to go back to his people. The dog looked at her and said, "My people abandoned me at a park." Socks was shocked. She hadn't thought he had been abandoned too. The dog looked at her and said, "My name's Jax." He looked at her stomach. "And I think I might be some help with your kids. I've been around pups before, and kids shouldn't be different." Socks gave a sigh. It would be nice to have some help. Socks looked at Jax and said, "Come along then." On the way back, Jax talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. Socks was wondering if it would have been wiser to leave him and go to the hole without him. When they got to the hole, Socks fell down and could not get up. She looked at Jax. Then Jax said, "The kids are coming." Before Socks knew it, she was breathing heavy and in serious pain. She meowed in pain and looked at Jax for help. Jax looked at her stomach. There was blood all over, but you could notice a small shape moving around. Socks grabbed the kid and started licking it fiercely. All of a sudden, bursts of pain started popping up, and 3 more kids appeared. Socks grabbed those kids too and started licking them. Socks looked at Jax to see what he was doing, when all of a sudden another burst of pain came. Jax stared at her and said, "One more kick." Plop! Out came the kit. As soon as the kit was out, Jax started to stop the blood. When Jax finished, he looked at Socks and asked, "What you gonna name him?" "Well," said Socks, "the first one that came out was a boy, so I would like to name him Stormy. His pelt is the color of a storm cloud. The next 3 are 2 boys and a girl. I want to name the 2 boys Tiger and Percy, and I want to name the girl Clover." Jax looked at Socks and said, "What about the other girl kid?" Socks looked at Jax and said, "What girl kid?" "This one." Jax nudged forward a small brown kid that had already opened up her big blue eyes. Socks was shocked. She hadn't even realized she had had a 5th kid. "Well, I'll name her Lily." Lily looked up at Socks and walked up towards her belly and began to drink her milk. That night, Socks looked at her 5 sleeping kids, then at Jax. He had acted like a father, like someone who would love her kids. Socks felt like the luckiest mother in the world with him by her side. Jax would be her kid's father. Socks drifted off to sleep, dreaming about how her kids would grow up and how Jax would be their father. The end.